It's the holiday season, which of course means the usual commercialized festiveness has descended upon us and will not relinquish its grip for the next several weeks. I mean, yay, it's the holidays! Typically, I'm pretty neutral about the holidays. I don't have a whole lot of expectations for how they will feel or the things that we'll do. I don't have a ton of family traditions, and so there aren't a lot of things I expect to happen in the holiday season. I used to think this put me in the position of never really being disappointed by the holidays because I never really expected much from them. But whether I like it or not, that lurking, cloying, commercialized festiveness is just... The holiday music, the shiny tinsel, the twinkling lights. You just can't escape the feeling that you're supposed to be happy this time of year. So even when you're not expecting much from the holidays, you still find yourself looking for that tiny Christmas miracle, or the warmth of home and family, or if Netflix is to be believed, maybe you'll find your own Christmas prince this holiday season. And as I get older, and some might argue more jaded, I find that my expectations for the holidays are colored by my expectations for life in general. Honestly, by the time I reached my mid-30s, I expected that we'd have a kid or two, and all our parents gathered around during the holidays to dote on them and buy them extravagant, ridiculous Christmas presents, and that we'd do a bunch of weird, crazy family holiday traditions together. But that's not what's happened. And that's not to say that I'm not immensely grateful for the things I do have this holiday season. I am richly blessed and very grateful for that. But this time of year, it's difficult not to spare at least a thought or two to the might-have-beens. I chalk this up to the nostalgic air of the holidays that really encourages that reflective thinking about the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And maybe you, like me, are struggling a bit with the holiday season because it's not quite what you expected. But maybe you also want to get through with a sense of joy and having not just passed the time in December. And if that sounds like you, I've got a few ideas for things that I'm gonna try. I'm also really curious what other suggestions you all have for coping with the holiday season, so if you have ideas, please leave them below in comments. Try it, but don't force it. So if you're the type of person who in a typical year likes a lot of festive holiday cheer, but you're not sure that you have it in you this year, maybe just try to infuse tiny little bits of festiveness into your holiday season. Maybe you don't get the full decked out tree with all of the ornaments, but instead you light a few nice smelling candles. And instead of baking 1,000 Christmas cookies like you always do while rocking out to your Christmas tunes playlist, maybe you pick some new Christmas music and try a different recipe instead of the one that you made with your grandma growing up. Do something new. Last year, I was determined to infuse some festiveness into my life despite everything that was happening around me. So, some friends and I donned some ridiculous Santa hats and went and played mini golf and pinball and drank beer floats. Yep, that's a thing. And the only goal of the day was to be ridiculous and have a great time. And we did both of those things. So, fun little secret for you, just as a side tidbit. I have a giant head, and so none of the normal hats fit me, so we had to rip it. And it still doesn't fit. Gah! Sometimes people will tell you if you can't participate in your usual holiday traditions to try to make new traditions. But I actually recommend going into some of these newer experiences without the weight of expectation of this being your grand new holiday tradition. Instead, maybe try a few different things that you wouldn't ordinarily do at the holidays, and if you try it and you love it, then maybe you do it again in the future sometime. Give back. Maybe it's through volunteer work, or caroling, or helping a neighbor, or donating your time or money to a worthwhile cause. The opportunities abound. I mean, there's a reason we call it the season of giving. Now, there are sometimes these tacit expectations about what counts as the right kind of giving during the holiday season, but frankly, anything that you do to brighten someone else's life a little bit counts in my book. Escape! Can't see me. Not there. Whether it's taking a trip somewhere to get away from the holiday traditions entirely, or whether it's just holing up in your basement and playing computer games for hours on end, I mean, either is an acceptable option. I mean, sometimes you just need to get away from the crush of the holidays, and that is okay. Some years you do just need to pass the time to get through, and this is one of those years for me. We haven't done a whole lot in the way of festive decorating in our home this year, and so our house is actually a place where the holidays aren't ever present. And this year, it's a huge relief to have a place where those expectations about the holidays aren't weighing us down. And so when we're not feeling especially cheerful or wanting to engage with the holidays, we have a place to escape it. Be honest. Be honest with yourself and with others about where you are this holiday season. If the holidays feel hard for whatever reason, be as open as you can about that. It is okay to not feel festive or joyous all the time just because you're supposed to this time of year. That said, I encourage you to push yourself a little to try to engage in the ways that feel best for you this holiday season. But also be honest with yourself about where your limitations are and understand that it's okay to feel the way that you do. At the end of the day, I hope you're able to navigate the holiday season with as much honesty as you can. And sometimes you don't have the freedom to determine how your holidays will go. You're maybe at the mercy of other people's expectations and wishes. But the more you can honestly acknowledge how the holidays are affecting you and be proactive about making decisions about how you will and won't engage with the season, the better off you'll be. So what about you? What other strategies do you use to help you get through the holiday season, especially when it's a tough time? Please let me know down below in comments. I am really looking for some suggestions and ideas. If you want to like and share and subscribe and do all that video stuff that you do here, that's great. Would love to see more of you around here. Also, this is a part of the series Honestly, so links are in the description for more information about that. Honestly, I wish you all the best this holiday season, and I'll see you in 2019.
Doesn't fit my head. God.